Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Foundations lesson. This one will be short, and it's actually a review of something we talked about recently, two-syllable words with V_E. So we've been talking about the VE syllables, but now we're going to put them into bigger words, okay? And we are going to look at more new trick words today. So let's start with them. Okay, and the first ones you already know. Only. Only. I only had a cracker for dinner. Only. All right, and let's have a look at that. Okay, and your next one is house. House. They live in a beautiful red house. And here's that word. Your next one is move. Move. They would like to move into the yellow house next year. Move. And let me show you the spelling of that. Your next one is right. Now be careful because there are three different ways of spelling the word right. This means the opposite of left. Don't turn left, turn right. Or, oh, he's wrong, you're right. Okay, and let me show you that. Now, I'm not really supposed to tell you this, but right is only a trick word because we haven't learned about IGH yet. But I think you already know words like night, like not day, but night, and sight, and tight. Yeah, there are other words as well, but for now, we'll just call it a trick word. Okay, and then your next one is place. Place. In math, we have been talking about place value. Okay, and here it is. And the last one is probably the toughest one in this group. Together. Together. We all walked to the park together. Okay, let's see if you got it. Now, this is not really a compound word, but I like to think of it as one because I can see to and get and her. Like, oh, I'm going to get her. But that's just a trick. It's not really a compound word. Okay, together. Let's move on. Okay, so remember, we've talked about the fact that there are 5 and sometimes 6 vowels in English, right? We have A, E, I, O, U, and of course Y on occasion. Y is a vowel in words like cry and shy and pay. And all of the other letters are consonants. B, k, d, f, g, h, and all those other sounds. And of course, when the Y is a consonant, it makes a y sound, like year and yes. And knowing vowels and consonants can sometimes help you with marking words that are multisyllabic, words that have 2 syllables or more. Okay? Of course, also knowing a compound word when you see it is also helpful. But let's look at this here. Invite. Invite. How are we going to mark this? Well, we have in and vite. Okay? Because there are 2 vowels. Don't worry about the silent E. We have 2 vowels, the I and the I. And between them, there are two consonants. And what we do is we split those consonants, in and vite. In is short, so that's a closed syllable. And the I in vite is long, and that's a V underscore E syllable. And then we just slash the E. Now let's look at this one. Fireman, or fireman if you want to say it that way. How do we mark this one? We have fire and we have man. That's a compound word. So it's pretty easy to know where to break that one. Fire has a long I and that quiet E, that magic E. Okay, so that becomes a V underscore E syllable. And man has a short A and it's closed in by the N, so it gets a C. And then this one down here, 100. Well, this one is not compound, and it does have something a little bit different than invite. 100 has three consonants. It has N, D, and R. Three consonants between two vowels. And these two are a blend. So it's going to be split between the N and the D because we want to keep the blend together. Okay, so it's hundred. The U is short, the E is short. So these are both closed syllables. And that's it. Okay, and I realize now it's not marked very clearly, but it should be split right there. Okay, and that's it for marking and splitting. Okay, so now let's see if you can spell these words. You don't have to mark them, but do make sure you write them twice. The first word is umpire. Umpire. An umpire is a referee in a baseball game. Umpire. Okay, let's have a look at it. Okay, it might be your first time seeing this word. I'm not sure. Your next one, and you have to be careful with this, your next one is volume. Volume. Oh, I can't hear you very well. Could you turn your volume up? All right, let me show you how that's spelled. It's a little tricky because you hear the U sound, volume, but there's no Y. This is just one of the sounds of the long U. Your next one is tadpole. Tadpole. A young frog is called a tadpole. All right, let's have a look at that. Okay, and that one is a compound word. Your next one is inflate. Inflate. I want to inflate the raft so that I can go onto the river. Inflate. Okay, there it is. And it's another one of those three consonant ones, right? There's an N, an F, and an L. F and L are a blend, so they're going to stay together. And the in will go into the first syllable so that I can stay short. Your next word is admire. Admire. I admire any student who reads every day. Okay, let me show you the spelling. And the last one, and this is just a single syllable, cake. Cake. On my birthday, I would like to eat a lot of cake. And here it is. Okay, that's it, boys and girls. Oh, now I'm thinking about cake. Great. Okay. Well, you continue with your day and have a lot of fun doing all your work and watching your videos. And I'm just going to think about cake. Ah. The end.